Uh, I guess. I guess. Yeah. Hmm. Let me see. Okay. Good. All right. Let's slide that this way. All right. So, do I have a pen? Here's a pen. Thanks so much. So maybe I don't even know actually whether. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know what my energy level is for the conversation. Um, but can you scoot in? Okay, so all right. So what's good, bro?
So let's talk about Siegel Suites and our plan for Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is really nice.
Yeah,
Should probably just try it because it doesn't taste like whiskey at all.
you can say that, but I mean, like, probably not for you, but to me it will.
Maybe. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It doesn't just taste like cherry juice.
Why do you like it though? I can get like the cherry hint, but there's still like.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. So where are we gonna stay in Vegas, or what are we gonna plan for Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation earlier, I felt like it was hard to nail down. Like what was even being discussed,
Mm-hmm.
and then also when I thought I knew what was being discussed, or when we thought we knew what was being discussed, what we were saying about that thing was hard to nail down. And I guess bottom line is that it's important to me that, and important to you also, that that we don't discuss like our parents, or fail to discuss in the as much as our parents fail to discuss. Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, a big part of the reason that our parents have so much trouble discussing things is that one of them in particular is a hothead in each couple. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I can yell, and you can get wrapped up, but neither of us is partly thanks to watching them as we were growing up. Neither of us is, at least currently, like that. So that's good. And also, I'm okay with it taking time for us to find our, discussion protocols and patterns, so I guess let's just see what happens. So, when I develop Alaris, we're gonna start with like, what is the claim that each person is making, right?
Yep.
So for me, my Kes is, so we'll call that Kes E is we, we don't need to lock in more than 2 nights of accommodations before we get there. What would your Kes be?
We don't need to stay at the Siegel Suites.
Was there more to that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't need to stay at Siegel Suites. I don't think anybody thinks that we need to stay at Siegel Suites, but anyway, we don't need to stay at Siegel Suites. Is this a separate cast? You can have another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If we if we don't if we don't plan to stay in a hotel, we can stay in a hostel for a couple nights.
Clarify that for me. What do you, if we don't plan to stay in a hotel
The entire time.
for the entire time, then we can stay in a hostel for a couple nights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll write that down. If we don't plan to spend week in hotel, then we can spend couple nights in hostel.
Because the hostel is not a room, right? It's just like a bunk.
It depends on the hostel. Does that make a difference? I would think it would.
Yeah. Like, if we can get a hostel with a room,
A private room.
Then we could stay more than a couple nights. But then, like, what is the condition of the hostel going to be? I don't know.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that I want to be having this conversation is because, it's important that we be able to discuss. I didn't feel like the discussion earlier was clear. And so I want to kind of give it another go. Also, like what are we thinking as far as, like, sometimes you tell me that you're like down for adventure. We don't have any experiences that could prove it, right? Do we? Do you have stories of adventure?
San Diego wasn't an adventure. No.
Sure, in a sense. I'm sure you have lots of stories about visiting places. What aspect of San Diego would be an adventure? Like going to the beach? Because I'm not really skeptical of whether you've gone to beaches. I guess when I say adventure, I'm talking about a thing where there's more risk involved, where people who are cautious wouldn't have done it. And going to a neuroscience convention and a beach in San Diego probably wouldn't count.
I mean, it's like a new experience.
Yeah, but cautious people do new experiences.
Okay. Yeah.
So when I say adventure, but that's of course, not clear. So let me make it clear. I'm talking about things that require like courage and flexibility.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think so.
In 30-something years. Oh, and one more nuance. It has to be something that you chose. You can't tell me about an experience that you didn't choose and that you like complained about the whole time, right?
Yeah. think of.
So me, who has lived outside for 5 years, who has done a lot of this kind of adventure, taken a lot of risks and so on, moved to other countries, um, even moved to other states. Have you ever lived outside of Illinois? No, right? So,
North Carolina.
oh yeah, for school. That's right.
And like after I graduated, I lived there for a few years.
Yeah, but that's not. We're not going to count that as like. Well, we're not even going to count you going out of state to college as anything. Like when I went out to California, I mean, we can count it as something.
Okay.
But so me, I've taken a lot of risks and so on, and I'm not done, having adventures and stuff, right? And so sometimes you'll assure me that we can do adventures, right?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, living on a commune,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think you said yeah, and then it was like, I mean, a safe commune. It's just a lot harder to guarantee something like that.
I said a safe commune?
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
so this is something we want to figure out kind
Yes.
of early on, whether you're going to continue to be cautious or whether you're going to open yourself up to higher risk, adventures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're split. There's a part of you that's like open to it, and another part that's like, oh, but there might be problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, so this the Las Vegas thing seems like a good. So the way you're looking at me right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking you're not really following what I'm saying. Maybe you're thinking about something.
No, you're saying that I haven't taken risks.
Maybe that's what you're thinking about. Yeah.
And you have, and we've talked about taking risks together.
Yeah.
And I've said that I do, but obviously there's a part of me that doesn't.
Right.
And so Las Vegas is an opportunity to take risks.
Yeah.
But I think just doing it, like the way we're doing it is an adventure.
You mean being booked at a 3 out of 5 star hotel and casino? Is that what you mean is adventurous? That it's 3 stars instead of 4 or 5?
And we can try and
Well, hold
find.
on. Because you're saying we can, but you just said that the way that we're doing it is an adventure, right?
Yeah.
Not what our options are adventures, right? What we're currently
Yeah.
doing. So should we wait to talk about the options, and can we just stay focused on? I just want to understand how what we're currently doing is adventurous.
I mean, for me, because it is like a new place and there's like uncertainty in the in like where we're going, where we're staying.
No, there is not uncertainty where we're staying.
I mean, like,
Because that's my guess that we don't need to lock in more than 2 nights of accommodations. That is not an established thing. Right now, we have a reservation for the whole week.
yeah, but it could still not be a great place.
Yeah. So that's a yes to that. To that. What's adventurous is that we're staying in a 3 star resort that we haven't seen
Yeah.
before. Um.
And we're like on the strip. Like we're gonna be like going out there a
Yeah.
lot, like
Yeah, so
talking to
going on the
people.
Las Vegas Strip is throwing caution to the wind. So this is pretty concerning for me. Do you understand why this is concerning for me?
Because none of that seems risk taking to you.
Well, because none of it's really risk taking any more than, just like living life. What I'm talking about, so let's go back to what I mean by adventure. I mean things that cautious people wouldn't do.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that there are lots of cautious people that would go to Las Vegas and hang out on the strip. It's Sin City, so maybe I'm wrong. Um, but let's say I don't think that they would need much convincing. Whereas doing the kind of stuff that I would hope to do with my partner, there are lots of people that would just straight up refuse to do it. So it's like maybe you need pen and paper. I know that I need pen and paper to keep track of things. And I'm a little bit worried that we're just going to have the same kind of conversation that we did before where we're just kind of shifting around and contradicting ourselves. So should we
Okay. So yeah, I'm saying that I look at like I don't, is this a cast or maybe it's not a cast, but I'm like our current arrangement.
So let's define what our current arrangement is.
So our current arrangement is staying 1 week at the hotel.
Okay. And that's adventurous.
That is adventurous to me. Like yeah, and being on the strip, like I said, it's like 1 week at the hotel and spending time on Las Vegas Strip. I mean, I could, right? I'm open to like what like 5 days at the hotel, and then like 2 days somewhere else.
Including Siegel Suites.
No, not including Siegel Suites. Like I'm like in addition to staying at hotel, we can have adventures unrelated to finding lodging. And so that's the other part of the cast is the current arrangement is adventurous, and I'm imagining we're gonna go out and do things. We're not just gonna be like staying at the hotel.
Sure. Give me an example of an adventurous thing we might do. I know walking around in Las Vegas is one.
Going hiking somewhere.
Can you read that? Say hi.
Hello.
But can you read that?
Yo, what you doing?
Having a relationship talk and a talk about our Valentine's Day and her birthday trip. So I guess now's a good time to say that I'm okay staying at the hotel all 7 days. What bothers me is that one, that it doesn't feel like we can have a real discussion about any of this. And two, just pretty concerned about the defending of the need for comfort and predictability when you know my story and you know what I've said about my future, and this is the first time that I'm hearing these things. If it's your birthday and it's Valentine's Day, and so okay. But it feels like I can generalize from this stuff. It feels like this stuff not only represents your entire life so far, but also your future, and that can't be my future. So let me explain some of the other things that that are involved in this concern. We can't, as a couple, free ourselves from capitalism and all the bullshit of our culture if we need comfort. Like that's how they keep you in it, right? Do you understand that? What I mean by that?
Yes.
The only way to guarantee your safety, your hygiene, being able to poop in a toilet, and so on, is to do the 9 to 5. I mean, unless, you already make money with something else. But we can't. It just sounds like we won't be able to take risks. That this isn't a story of all we need is each other, all we need is love, and that we're going to go out there into the brave new world. You need the road to be paved. Like, I'm not even saying we need to stay at the Siegel Suites, right? So that's why it's so wild that you were saying we don't need to stay at the Siegel Suites. I'm saying that we could book 2 nights at the hotel and go there and check out the Siegel suites and see what it's like. Not looking at reviews in Reddit and thinking that those comments represent every apartment in every Siegel suites. But we could go out there and we could check places out. And it's a big concern to me that that's not doable for you, or even considerable, where we can like I haven't even, except for maybe right now, seen you like even let yourself think about that.
I mean, I guess I'm like viewing it as a vacation. And so
What does that mean, bro?
it means I don't want to have to worry about finding a place. Like, I don't want to have to worry about that stuff when I'm there.
When do you worry about that stuff?
Beforehand. Like, you take
No,
care
but
of
I
it
mean,
beforehand.
you're saying that you. Actually, let's just make that question. Why not? Like, when in your life are you ever going to be comfortable, like, not knowing where you're going to sleep the next night? How are you ever going to hitchhike, backpack, and camp except, at like a thing where you just, you get a little plot and, ahead of time?
I mean, our trip to France is going to be that way.
Right. You're saying that, Sarah, but it's not.
Why?
Because you're not going to let it when the time comes, number one. And number two, because we know what the options are already. We know that I have a vehicle that we can sleep in.
That's true.
We know that I have friends where we can, whose places we can sleep at.
Right. I mean, but there is still some risk. I mean, it's not like we know everything.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about because I don't know what is that. I don't know what that is for this conversation. What don't we know? Tell me what we don't know about France, and then how it relates to. Yeah, just tell me what we don't know
Yeah,
about France.
what if Ava's kicked out? Or what if Ava's like, no, I don't want you to stay here?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
And we just have to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so you're okay with not having guaranteed lodging?
In France, yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, you're okay if it's in France, but not if it's in Vegas? You're okay if it's in a whole continent that you've never been to, in a country where won't understand the language when it's spoken at you, but you can put sentences together. But in Las Vegas, in your country, where there's a person that you've already met who is there can't be any uncertainty about that. Like, what is the point of like telling me about France?
Because I have like different expectations. Like I didn't have the expectation that we would be having those concerns in Las Vegas.
Okay, get used to them.
Right. So I guess like this stuff, like I know that you were living in conditions that I've never lived in. So I don't want to diminish that. But you didn't cut yourself off from capitalism. You were spending money. Like you were spending your parents' money.
I'm listening.
So
I didn't say we're going to cut ourselves off from capitalism in Las Vegas. So I'm hoping that
we
there's a
can't
point or that
free
you.
ourselves from capitalism and bullshit of our culture if we need comfort and security.
Yeah.
It is like unrealistic. Like that's just an unreal. We cannot free ourselves from capitalism. You need Adderall. Like they're just like
All right.
basic.
Is that where
things.
you're? Is that? Are you going to stick to it? Is that? I mean, because I know for a fact that this is not a real thought. That you're just saying anything to defend. Probably you don't even know what you're trying to defend. But this is a huge deal. Are you telling me that you and I are not going to be able to free ourselves from capitalism? And that's, I guess, based on the fact that I haven't yet.
I don't know how we're gonna do it completely. Like we need money to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to ask my parents for money.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You remember the story I told you about the couple living in the mountains? One of them works like with handicapped kids, and the other maybe teaches yoga, and they live really simply, and they have a garden and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was never suggesting that we were going to just like never touch money again. That was never a point that I was making, and I think that. I don't think you ever thought that was like a point that I was making, that we would never again sort of use money at all. I mean, maybe you thought that, and maybe that is true, because living on a commune, you could do it, and so you could, everybody just like we can make our own clothes, we can make our own food, and so on. So this doesn't feel productive to me.
So you're not saying. Are you walking away?
No, I'm adjusting my leg.
You're not saying we are freeing ourselves from capitalism, or
I'm saying that the only way for that to be an option is if we're comfortable without comfort. Is if we are comfortable risking our comfort. It's the only way that we can reduce our dependence on or our participation in the system. And the fact that like you couldn't like go without money. And by the way, I didn't have a garden, okay? I couldn't plant a garden in the woods of Paris.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, I understand.
I don't know, so it kind of sucks that you brought that up, knowing that I did participate a lot less in the system. I didn't have, I had money to feed myself. You're right. Couldn't trap, couldn't hunt in Paris, couldn't make a garden in Paris, in the woods of Paris. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I didn't starve. I did cut off the money for by the cards that I was using of my parents. I threw them in the fire.
Yep.
And then the only way I could get food was to go to a soup kitchen or to go volunteer, give other people food, and take some of that food. But you're right that was definitely, then that was a short period of time before they started sending me money and sent me another credit card and convinced me to like just focus on the philosophy stuff and not be starving. And because I couldn't hunt, trap, or grow food, yes, I did use my parents' money to eat food and put gas in the tank and move around. My point is that I was still participating less in the system and I was having less comforts, and you can't even do that. So, you know, I do want out of the conversation because it doesn't feel like we're working together. It feels like you're willing to say anything, again, to support points that just aren't clear to me.
Well, maybe your points aren't clear to me.
Okay.
Because we've talked about this. Like, I remember having this conversation with you at the dog park. Where you were like, in like 5 years, you gotta be living off the grid. And I was like, no, because our parents are gonna send us money. And I don't want that to happen. Like, in any situation where I want to believe that we can find a situation like what you're describing in the mountains. We're not there yet. And so yeah, I do want to quit my 9 to 5, but I don't feel like I'm there yet. And okay, so I don't want this to be, I want us to have this conversation. I want it to be productive. Okay, so.
All right, then we need one single thing that we're talking about, and everything has to relate to that thing, and we can't just keep going in different directions. So, what's the thing that we're talking about right now?
Where we're staying in Las Vegas.
Okay. I say we don't need to know where we're staying in Las Vegas. So let's talk about that sentence.
Right.
And only that sentence. Don't bring up. So presumably you think we do need to know where we're staying. Say one reason why we need to know where we're staying.
My anxiety.
Okay. So that concludes that their discussion that's in pink. Okay? You have anxiety. That means that you need to know where we stay. Mm-hmm. Vegas, France doesn't flippin' matter where, does it? Because your anxiety, is your anxiety specific to Las Vegas? But doesn't count for a place where you don't speak the language?
But you have so much more familiarity.
Okay, what if I also have familiarity with Vegas? I went there in 2013. I have a friend who's lived there the last several months.
Yeah,
My brother's lived there the last few
that's
years.
true. Yeah, I mean, but you lived in Paris for years, so you have more familiarity with
I do have more familiarity. But does it really matter the amount of familiarity, or is there kind of a cutoff where it's like, there's like no familiarity and there's a usable amount of familiarity?
I guess I trust that you will know what we're doing in Paris.
Okay, so why can't you trust that you mean like that I'll figure it out, right? Not that like I know what we're gonna do, but I'm keeping it a secret, right?
No, right, but it's like because you have lived there, like your ability to figure it out has to do with your experience living there.
So I didn't live in hotels or hostels or at any of the friends' place that we might stay at. So if I were to figure it out, it would. So the only places that I have previously figured out were like apartments, which we're not going to be doing, and then camping
Yeah.
in the woods with homeless people.
Right. I guess I just like you know a lot of people in Paris.
Okay. So it matters how many people? Because, like I just said, I know 2 people in Vegas
Oh,
that have lived there for more than months.
but we can't stay with those people.
What?
Like you have a lot of
Right, but you were talking earlier about that we might not be able to stay with the people that I know in Paris.
but you know more.
Okay, so there's more of a chance that we can find people to stay with.
Right.
Okay. All right. So your anxiety, you don't have anxiety about uncertainty in Paris because I know, let's see, Ava, Bea, and Ode. Those are the only 3 possible places. Ode's probably not possible because I thought she would have, I think, recommended it. So I know 2 people that we could potentially stay with. And then in Vegas, I don't know of any people that we could stay with. And so that accounts for the difference in the anxiety.
And like I mean
Wait, yes or no?
yes.
Okay. So there are hostels in Vegas that you can like call up and say, "Hey, do you have a room? Hey, do you have a room?" And then by the 5th one, because they need to be able to like receive people, and not everything's going to be completely like booked, right? So I am capable of picking up the phone and calling a hostel and saying, "Hey, can we get a room there?"
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you're I
So,
should
but
be
you're
able
still
to.
anxious, right? Even though there are hostels and hotels and plenty of places that we could call and stay there. Because it sounded like you were not anxious about France because you trust that I could find solutions there, right? And it really doesn't matter whether it's people that I know or whether it's a hostel or a hotel or camping, right? Okay. I mean, probably matters a bit about the camping, but
Yeah.
I also know people, okay, not personally, but I know phone numbers. Okay, I don't have them memorized, but I know Google. and I can find phone numbers, and I can call hostels and say, hey, can we get a room there? And there will be hostels with availability and hotels with availability.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Do you want to think about it a second? But no pressure to come up with some bullshit to defend it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I think the anxiety is going to be like knowing that you're capable. And I
Can I
do,
tell you a secret?
what?
Hey, I don't want them to hear this. You're also fucking capable of looking on Google for rooms.
Yeah. But I don't have the confidence.
Sarah, all right, forget I just made that point, Sarah. Because the fact that you don't have confidence doesn't actually support any point that you're trying to make. Because I will be there.
Yeah, I know. Right.
And also, you do have enough confidence to call up a hostel.
I do have enough confidence.
So there's so
yeah.
much bullshit in this conversation that we might. I know I'm also being sarcastic. So, all right. So let's. I'll try not to be sarcastic, and let's try not to make jokes, so that I can just know that any bullshit is actually believed.
So you know, so wait, what? So you know any bullshit is what?
Actually believed. Okay, so where are we at with the your anxiety is the reason why in Vegas it has to be locked down ahead of time, and in Paris it doesn't have to be.
Well, I think that
Probably your best bet's gonna be that your anxiety is why it can't be uncertain in Paris either. But you know, I mean, the two options are either your anxiety is why it also can't be uncertain in Paris, or X this out, and your anxiety, or just the anxiety part, your anxiety is not the reason that it can't be locked down ahead of time for Vegas.
So I know I said something about like expectations.
I don't even want to spend time on this one, to be honest with you, because that's not a reason that you thought X, so now it has to be X.
Well, of just like wanting to lay by a pool, like in the sun.
Yeah, that was one of the worst ones that you said yesterday, because why do you do you really think that the only way for you to be able to lay out in the sun by a pool is if we've locked in the accommodations? In Vegas, you don't think that there's going to be pools, a lot of pools, and that we can
No,
find accommodations at the pools once we get there?
I think I was thinking about Siegel Suites being really sketchy and not feeling comfortable going to a pool there.
Right.
So
Okay, so hold
right.
on. So we're moving to what's no, okay, so it's not expectations. You want a pool.
A pool where I feel comfortable. Yeah. A pool where I feel comfortable lying out. Yeah. And so you're right. That's not exclusive to
The hotel
the
we're
hotel.
currently booked at.
Right. Hostels could potentially have one.
Yeah, I don't really know. We could do research though.
We could do research. Okay. So I don't have any good reasons for why we don't need to know where we're staying. Because I am capable, you're capable, we're both capable together, and we can find pools. I just don't want to stay at the Siegel Suites.
Okay. All right, next. We can't stay at the Siegel Suite, so that's the next guess.
That's so cute. All right.
So I know that people aren't dying there every day for sure. You're getting stabbed or robbed every day,
Okay.
because then those places would be shut down.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, why can't we stay at the Siegel Suites? You'd be with 3 black people, 2 of them from the hood.
I thought you were including the baby, but I see you're talking about yourself.
So we both grew up in the same county. Where the fuck do you think I grew up in the hood? Who made the baby?
No, I know. I thought you said 3 black people, so I thought you were just talking about the 3 of them. But you're also talking about yourself, so then you're saying 2.
Oh yeah, so you'll be there with 3 black people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean 4
And
technically. But yeah. Baby doesn't really count.
baby doesn't count. And 2 of them grew up in the hood.
2 of them grew up in the hood. So okay, I guess the Cass.
No, we have the Kess here. We can't stay at the Siegel Suites.
Okay. But I'm saying like we can check it out, right? That's what you're saying.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm saying that we can cancel our reservation at the Silver Sevens, change it to just 2 nights, and that gives us Sunday to check out options that are cheaper than staying at the Silver Sevens for the week.
I still think we could stay there like more than 2 days.
Yeah, I know we could. And that was the original plan, right? But then you had concerns about unexpected expenses, which I know have gone away. I mean, I guess I am fine with, I'm fine with that. I don't love the idea of, um, given that it's Valentine's Day and your birthday, of you paying the $300 resort fee. And I can't really pay it because I'm trying to do this thing.
Yep.
And so for the next few months it's going to be kind of precarious financially. Plus I have the van, and that's not like an all or nothing thing where it's like I'm not putting any money towards it, or I'm going to like count on myself to fix everything about it.
Right. There's a middle ground.
Yeah, lots of middle ground. So it's just about like, so I am trying to save money. I'm not. Yeah, I am trying to save money where I think it's possible. And this whole conversation started because basically because I think that it's possible to save money on our lodging by staying at the Siegel Suites. and then sort of, it became about, I'm concerned that that's off the table for you when I mean, like, even the Siegel suites, it's like it's still participating in capitalism. They still need money from us. Then we're not gonna just be able to give them hand jobs to stay there. Um, but the question is how much you're making your life about having financial security in this system. And I'm interested in minimizing that. I think there is so much more to life than being comfortable and than, having financial security. I think that you can have a lot more fun when you're not worried about having financial security, and live a much more interesting life. And so if you're too scared to in a major city, especially some of these places are like surrounded by casinos. It's not like in the middle of nowhere where no one's gonna hear you scream. If you are this dead set on, well, that was the concern, that if you're that dead set where you can't even go there and check it out and take the risk, that's a major problem for me.
No, I can check it out.
Well, okay. I mean, that's it then. So, are you willing to, can we have that adventure of not knowing what's going on and figuring it out together and knowing that we can survive anything? I also think it's basically the cure to anxiety, knowing that you're going to be fine no matter what.
Yeah.
And then if you're not, you're still going to be fine, or you're going to be dead and won't matter one way or the other whether or not you're fine. But even if you get stabbed and if you survive, you're going to be fine, bro. And like I said, if you're not going to be worried about it.
About it. I don't know if I do die, you're gonna feel pretty bad though. If I die at the Siegel suites.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
Well, I know you won't because you'll be with me.
You got a knife.
And I got a knife.
I can shift those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I know this sounds probably like you're not gonna believe me, but I mean, I'm like looking, like I would want to live in like Maywood or like one of
Yeah,
those
that's what's so
places.
crazy too, because sometimes you do his black voice, but like also you're too scared to live around black people, around low income black people.
I'm not too scared to live around low income black people.
Sorry, low income any people, there's going to be crime involved.
I know.
There's going to be risk.
Yeah. No,
Until about 3 minutes ago, we spent our entire day with you saying that you could not go to the Siegel Suites. What do you mean you're not too scared to live around low income black people? Because it wasn't a safety thing. It was more of a hygiene thing about the Reddit comments about hygiene. Should we make that another cuss? Or another, I guess, reason for we can't stay at the Siegel Suites? Because we haven't really talked about hygiene.
Yeah, the hygiene. Well, I mean, I guess if we...
Oh, we're checking it out, right?
Right,
so we're going to be able to see.
Like, we should be able to see what rooms look like.
Yeah. Should we get a black light?
Oh, definitely. But wait, no, he said like you bring your own sheets. So. I really liked that neighborhood that David and Julie or whatever her name is, Jackie,
yeah. Bronzeville, bro.
Bronzeville.
Right. Could that have anything to do with the fact that the only people that you saw while we were there were Jackie and David? Because I bet if you look up Bronzeville in the news and on Reddit, you're gonna see some pretty wicked comments about safety.
Yeah. But I do want to live on like the south or west sides of Chicago.
Right, you say that now, but I wonder if we were talking about moving in a month, whether different its would be living, as is the case here. Remember, there was a time when you said to me, "Hey, why don't we just give it all up and go live outside?" And then you said, "Oh wait, I can't shit in the woods."
I need butt wipes.
And I remember that, and that pissed me off because butt wipes can be used in the fucking woods, bro. Like it does feel like you don't hear yourself, and I know that I shouldn't expect for you to have the ear that I have, but I do think it's better than you let on when it's not convenient for you, or when it's whatever I'm trying to say.
You can use butt wipes and but right.
Like I
so
literally was using butt wipes in the woods, right? I like having wipes. I do not like. So I didn't use toilet paper, right? I exclusively was using butt wipes. Biodegradable butt wipes that I was burying with my shit. It's hard for me to imagine that you really thought that you can't shit in the woods with butt wipes.
No, right. No. So it's like I'm saying butt wipes, and what I mean is like I want a porcelain bowl.
Right.
Like I like the idea of like squatting outside. Really doesn't sound appealing.
Right. And your life is what it is because many things have not sounded appealing that you should have fucking done, right? It didn't sound appealing to go into music. It didn't sound appealing to leave the continent. It didn't sound appealing to break up with a guy that was seeing you once a month. It didn't sound appealing to be with me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of frustrating that what sings and shows for you keeps getting endorsed when I thought that you were open to transitioning to, being more comfortable and less risk averse. It doesn't sound appealing to say no to people. It doesn't sound appealing to tell people what you need. It doesn't sound appealing to ask for favors, when you could do it yourself. Your gauge of what's appealing sucks. What sounds appealing to you is to spend your entire life living in fucking Illinois, doing a 9 to 5 that you come up with stories about how it's interesting, but you never really talk about it because it's not really that interesting to you. And just like hanging out here and smoking. It didn't even fucking sound appealing for you to do an open mic. I mean, not appealing enough to do it.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
Living in Bronzeville sounds appealing now. But there's a part of you to which that's not going to sound appealing when it's actually imminent. Bro, you don't know what's appealing, bro. You haven't let yourself experience enough things to know what should sound appealing and what shouldn't.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I'd be damned if I'm going to let my future be dictated by what sounds appealing to you. Or rather, by what doesn't sound appealing to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We were in sunny California, bro, where there are tons of people living their best lives in vans on the fucking beach. And I suggested that to you, and you said, nope, I'm going to be living in Illinois the rest of my life until I retire.
Yeah. I didn't think that went through. I haven't thought enough of this through, clearly.
It's clear to me, anyway.
Yeah.
It's clear to you, too?
Sarah does.
Remember the other day you said to me, Eris, you know, it's possible that I've never even been to the place that I would want to settle down in.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, what is and is not appealing?
Well, let's say I'm interested in what is appealing to you, but not in what is not appealing, because a lot of what's not appealing is just anything freaking different or with any risk involved.
Right. Sarah does not know if she has been to the place she wants to spend the rest of her life.
Your life is going to involve chapters. You're not moving towards some final state except for death, bruh.
Yeah.
And that's not life. So your life is going to have chapters, right? There is no rest of your life, bruh.
Where she wants to spend.
Well, don't cross that out, because that's really telling and important. And also, I just realized you're in a little legal pad and not anything permanent. That's okay with me. I'm not bothered at all.
Not permanent. Look, I can take pictures of my little legal pad, okay?
That's true. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's true. But so anyway, don't cross anything out, bro.
Her life.
I mean, cross it out cleanly.
All right. The rest. Yeah, whatever. You can read it. Right. No, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna, like, learn, like, the way that you were able to learn about yourself was by having those experiences.
Yeah, by doing new things and seeing myself in new situations.
And, like, yeah, everybody was telling you not to go to the woods, or maybe not everybody, but like your parents, and that's like where you like came up with really good ideas and where you were like really happy. And like I know that, and so I don't know like why I mean, I do know why, because these like societal norms are just like really ingrained.
And the anxiety.
And the anxiety, right? Like the societal norms and like fear of the unknown. But that's like all it is. It's not like those norms and those fears are real. I really appreciate you being patient. I don't even like know how you're this patient, bro. But that you like, cause I'm at like a different place than I was, you know, like I don't, like the Sarah that was defending those ideas, I was just like, what the fuck was she doing? Because, like, she did know this stuff. Like, she knew about your experiences, and, like, I know that, like, I mean, right, like, even, like, just the new things that so it's just, I don't know, bro, it's crazy. But it's like, I don't know, you just have to, like, be patient. You just have to, like, not lose hope. I love you.
I love you, bro.
I want to read this now. Can we open these?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you already read it for me, but it's like a...
Oh, on live, you mean? Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's nobody here anyway.
Nobody here anyway, but no, I mean, you read it to me before, but it's like, I love it so much because it's so... Oh, and you sent it to me. That's right. That's right. All right, now we're gonna fuck on camera.
It's crazy.
That would get us like turned off, right? We can't do that.
Oh, there are websites where we can. Oh, this is such a nice card, bro. What the flip? Whoa.
It's like a, well, yeah, it's like a real
It's
sonnet.
a Shakespeare sonnet.
Shakespeare sonnet, bro.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna read this sonnet, bro. Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no. It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken.
Oh no.
It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love is not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proves, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. This next one is called O Mistress Mine. O mistress mine, where are you roaming? O stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journey's end and lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies not plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's stuff will not endure. Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. Dear Eris, I'm so lucky to have you in my life as my partner. I know it may not always seem like it, but you make me feel the most secure and comfortable. After we reconnected in 2020, I found your YouTube channel and started learning from your videos, but I limited myself to having a parasocial relationship with your YouTube channel. I mean, I think it's with me, but that's okay. No corrections needed. Now you are showing me how great my life can be when I embrace my power and use my voice. Your encouragement and support during my mouse hunt journey, MHJ, is exactly what I need right now. I know my MHJ will be difficult, but I feel so much more confident having you at my side. Thank you for not giving up on me and loving me, even as I struggled to love myself. Your passion and dedication for Rise is a constant source of inspiration to me, and I look forward to our collaborations, office manager related, in the future. You are so, so, so special and make me so, so, so happy, my sweet boo. I love you, heart, Sarah. P.S. I hope the card was worth the wait. There's a real sonnet in the book. What? No way. Holy shit, there is, bro.
You gotta figure that out. Alright.
I do.
For the one I love.
No, let me give you a little kiss, bro. That was nice, bro. Oh, yeah, we gotta read the envelopes. Mon
Alright.
amour.
Mon amour. LOML. For the one I love. Sarah Wubera. You're typing. I'm choked. I told you. I asked you to just follow instructions.
Okay, but you have to speak
Okay,
clearly,
I do.
bro.
You're typing.
I don't, there might be good stuff, bro. I don't know.
You're typing. I'm choked. I told you. I asked you to just follow instructions so I could be in a loving mood for this card. But then I decided to hide alerts and write this choked. After all, it's not like I've forgotten how much I adore you, how cute you are, how perfect we feel to me, how grateful I am to be on this journey with you, how good our future feels, how much I love our story, how much I enjoy talking to you, how much I enjoy listening to you, how interesting you are, sweet you are, funny you are, beautiful you are, sexy you are, comforting you are, courageous you are. What's that? Oh, eager you are, compatible we are, smart you are, generous you are, reflective you are, impressive you are, and unique you are, resilient you are, ethical you are, gentle you are, outgoing you are, philosophical you are, curious you are awesome, you are flexible, you are delicious, you are my partner, you are my future family, you are powerful, you are passionate, you are scary, you are. Yes, I have wet nightmares about you screaming at me. Can't wait. I smile every time I think about all the times I prayed for you before realizing you are. Before realizing you are you. I love watching our relationship grow and try to keep pace with my feelings. Now get your bony ass to the far end of your closet, pull out the hanger with the suit jacket on it, and send me a doggone picture, woman. And next time you can't obey an order, tell me why instead of giving me lip. Bisous, your love, Eris. P.S. Love the research you're doing while your parents are in town. I'm so happy for you. Oh, and then I'll read the actual thing. I hear love in your voice when you speak or laugh or whisper. I see love in your eyes, in your smile, in all you do. I feel love in your touch, in its warmth and tenderness. I know love because I have you in my life. Oh, and then tongue attack. Oh, so nice.
Tongue attack.
Should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
So fun, bro.
Oh my god, so much fun.
All right. Thank you, my fellow risers.